come all the way to see our amazing lighting on the show.
That's true. Anyway.
All right. Hey, guys.
Hey.
So, the next adventure in our million movie catch-up, which is why I hate this time of year.
Neeson season. It wasn't even a Neeson movie. That's the sad
I wish
part.
it was Neeson.
If
That's next month.
If Liam Neeson showed up once during that movie, that would have made it so much better.
As one of the hippies.
All right, so we saw Downsizing.
Now I gave a little background on this because I'm actually a big fan of this director, Alexander Payne, who's directed movies I've really loved, like About Schmidt, not to be confused with Kimmy Schmidt. This is that Jack Nicholson, very far away from Kimmy Schmidt.
We'll talk about why that might be relevant later.
Is Jack Nicholson and Kimmy Schmidt?
No.
Okay.
No, just
damn it, and I'm getting mad.
No, just why Kimmy Schmidt would even pop up in this review at all.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, and then
it's a wonderful show on Netflix, and I'm not being paid to say that. Although I feel like I should.
We should be being paid. I like to be paid.
Sign up for Netflix now.
This episode brought to you by
Netflix.
Yeah. I sold out. Here's an ad.
Mike and Howard in the car.
That isn't quite nearly raw off the top of it.
Yeah, well, that's the only one. I wasn't going to do like Howard and, see?
Anyway, well, I appreciate you putting my name first.
Well, anyway.
Anyway, so
we saw Downsizing.
No, it's so he's made About Schmidt, which is a great movie. The Descendants, what I call one of my all-time favorite movies. And Nebraska. Nebraska he made, I think, a couple years ago. That was also really, really good.
Okay.
He's very good at character, like, dramedies. So this is his first foray into kind of more sci-fi, which I think is why I didn't really like it.
Okay. You did seem like you checked out a little bit.
I did. I checked out pretty hard. And there's a big reason for that is the movies I've seen from Alexander Payne, I think I've seen most of them. Mm-hmm. Is the fact that they're very human stories. They're all about like emotion and like tragedy or dealing with tragedy. All these like very relatable things. They don't really go into topical subjects, which makes them, well, maybe not topical is the wrong word, but social commentary is not usually one of the main targets, and that's why here it felt really fucking preachy.
Okay, I can see preachy. Yeah.
I'm fine with a little social commentary here and there. It could be done well in the right circumstances. But
that was the whole movie.
But that's kind of the problem, though, because, like, hey, did you know this movie's about the environment and immigration? If you don't, you'll know very fast.
No, not even very fast. It took fucking forever.
Really? Because they start off with, because of the environment.
No. I mean, like, I felt like the whole exposition to just get Matt Damon into Leisureland.
Yeah, but the commentary started way before that
was
point.
Like a fucking trek. But I mean, like, it felt, they were just like shoving it into your face so hard.
I know this. Like I have to, like for some reason I imagine the writers of the movie like the beginning of Les Mis, like look down, don't look them in the eye as they're hammering this point in your head, and like the environment, immigration, social issues, which are very important things to talk about. That being said, this is pretty overt and kind of obnoxious, and to the point where it's kind of obnoxious.
I just wanted to point out that from an economic standpoint, I'm pretty sure that downsizing would actually cause deflation, not inflation of the dollar, but whatever.
I mean, I don't fucking know.
Well, I'm not an actual economist, but gross.
Gotta do what I gotta do, man.
But anyone who actually is, I want to argue this point with you. I don't have a Twitter. So bother him.
It's like, I'll check my Twitter.
You have a Twitter?
I do have a Twitter.
Oh, I was joking.
I don't use it very much, but I have it. Follow me at mtcnreviews.com. at mtcnreviews.
At the real iced tea. There, I'll make one up.
Okay.
Spelled I-C-N-T. Anyway,
your point?
I just felt like, they did reveal that the percentage of people who actually ended up downsizing in the end, but 3% of an entire planet-sized population.
Yeah, like 10 billion people. That's still quite a few.
Yeah, that's still like what, 300,000?
Give or take, at the very least.
Yeah, that's still good. Anyway, my point being is just like from a logistical standpoint, the people that were bitching about people downsizing were basically Republicans in that movie.
I mean, it was basically just they took care of jobs. Like those kind of people, they're the ones that they're showing represent the other angle on this one. Because even though there's one point where the guy's like, "You're the people that's getting smaller, right? Well, should you get equal right to vote like me, full-blooded full-grown human being?"
Well, yeah, and then first of all, sir, you clearly don't know how the Electoral College vote works.
You should only get an eighth of the vote. There's just an actual line in the movie.
No, he said you should get a fourth of a vote at best.
No, I think it says eighth at one
No,
point.
he said
fourth?
he said eighth, and then he upgraded up to fourth.
Oh, okay. So I was like, which made me think of the horrible joke, like, all right, let's compromise 3/5.
If you said that in the theater, I would have slapped you. Because then we would have got in trouble.
Yeah.
However, I do have a story about 3/5 vote. I'll tell you about it later.
All right. It's a funny joke, though, right?
I was really waiting on it. Like, I wanted Matt Damon to be like, "Yeah, I'll take 3/5 of a vote and just paint my skin black." Like, you know, that's all he had to say.
Okay, you took it one step further.
No, that's all he had to say to shut the hell that guy up. That was lovely.
That was disgusting, but we don't need to talk about that.
But yeah, no, just I personally felt that the movie had a serious pacing issue.
It's more like it was so busy trying to cram in its points that it forgot to have a story.
Yeah, like at one point I leaned on over to you and I was like, where's the conflict?
And it waited till like the last 10 minutes to have one, pretty much. Even then, it's kind of debatable whether you can call it a conflict.
It's not really a conflict. It's so much. It felt like Brad's. What was it?
Brad's status.
Brad's status. It's just like, oh man, it's so important for me as a white man to join these Norwegian guys in a 11-hour hike that I didn't think about.
Spoiler, by the way.
To do stuff. Well, so I mean,
at least in Brad's status, that was the point.
I was intrigued with the concept, but it just felt like the execution wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. I was so interested in the concept that I forgot that maybe they might have some follow through.
I mean, that's not to say like it's all bad or anything like that. Overall, this movie's perfectly.
No, I mean it's
okay.
I feel like it's a more introspective story with Matt Damon,
which is Alexander Payne's style. I just don't think, or Payne's style, but it doesn't really work here as well because again, it's trying to hammer in social political issues, and it takes away from the characters. Because again, every time we're like, okay, now it's finally get to the characters. We have this very dramatic sense, like, oh, we killed the world. We're the smartest people ever. We lost to the alligator. So dramatic. Sad.
Well, the exact line was, humans were so smart, but we fucked up the planet in like 20,000 years. But did you know? An alligator, it's been alive for 200 million years, and it's got a brain the size of a walnut. So, what does that say about us?
Yeah, and there's a lot of that, and that distracted, and I just found that really distracting, because again, it's like, okay, a good movie can make a good story. It's still about characters that have these issues in it. But
I thought this was about
this, but the issue doesn't take over the story.
I thought this was gonna be a story about like even if you downsize, like there's still gonna be this like societal hierarchy, which it kind of
is there.
But like I felt like it needed to like focus on one.
But most of that
aspect.
most of that focused on immigration too.
Yeah, what was it?
There's a part where they literally cross a wall.
Yeah, to the outside of the leisure there. Like, there's like, oh, well. But my question for that is, are all of those people illegal immigrants? Is that...
I mean, they were obvious. If they weren't, they obviously were a metaphor for.
I thought that was more of a comment about the social,
Dude, they were all ethnic minorities.
There was... Hang on. No. There wasn't one other white guy there.
Nope, they were all ethnic minorities. It is totally a metaphor for immigration. And if that's not obvious enough, then this people's going like, you know, these people with these small people, they're all lazy. Did you forget about that line?
And selfish, yeah, that's right.
And they're all lazy and selfish. Just like those tiny people.
I mean, you might as well just throw in racial expletive.
I feel like they kind of did. They just replaced all of them with little people.
You know, the funny thing is that, like, there's a dwarf in that universe that's like, aha!
Was it really? I didn't even notice.
No. I mean, like you know, not actually in the movie, but I mean, like the guy who plays Peter Dinklage. Like, if he didn't decide to like if he decided to not
the person that played Peter Dinklage. You mean like Peter Dinklage?
I meant, I was gonna say the person.
Peter Dinklage is Peter Dinklage in reality.
I was gonna say the person that played Tyrion Lannister, but then caught myself. I'm like, oh, Peter Dinklage. But yeah, no, like if Peter Dinklage was like on a seat next to one of those like little.
I feel like he'd be pissed. He downsized and he's still shorter than everyone. I was like, no, but God damn it.
But if he didn't downsize, then he could be like, aha, you ruined our economy. Fuck you, little person. I'm the giant man now. I don't know why.
Why are we painting Peter Dinklage as this horribly racist man?
He's okay. That's such.
I've heard him talk. He's a pretty nice guy.
He is a very nice man, and at least in graduation speech,
I saw that same one.
Yes,
that was a pretty good speech.
That was a good speech. But I mean, I'm just saying, like there was a lot of yeah. I mean, to you know, as you were saying,
and like environment, and you can make a drinking man to say the word environment in this movie.
But I mean, like, you know,
which again, like, it doesn't distract. Like, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It just really felt like, you know, there was just so much. They did really like hammer the point in, and but I just really wanted like a solid conflict, like you know, is the conflict going to be like this the divorce between Matt Damon's character and his bitch wife?
Yeah.
Like, that could have been a really interesting conflict, like,
and
his adjustment to being small, and then her decision. Like, that's a wonderful story that could have been and it's just a 1 year later skip.
And yeah, I agree with that. But like, I see the conflict that was originally there. It's kind of like how I felt about Suburbicon, which is another Matt Damon movie. Is the fact that, like, I can see more what they were going for, but I also see where other stuff was added in. Like, the core of the movie is about a guy who tries to run away from his middle class life, only to have to end up right back where he started.
He's not even middle class. I think he's like working class.
Like,
if he's working at the Land's End as a telemarketer.
But either way, he tries to run away from it and ends up pretty much right back where he started.
Yeah. And
then he tries to do the same thing again at the end, only to realize that what he had really wasn't that bad. And then he runs back to it because he realized, he can make it. He can make it better if he just works at it.
I really, yeah.
And that could have been a good find on its own. But then you go, oh, we're destroying the world, and oh, look at all these people, these poor immigrants. We need to help. But now, like, granted, good things to do. I want to emphasize that I'm not anti-immigration or anything like that. It is more like when a movie, it's kind of like Fern Gully, which, like, I'm all for the rainforest and whatever, but when you but when you won't shut the fuck up about it, I'm gonna get tired of it.
I really, and I really, I mean, I don't mind that the theme is about, like, you know, making your immediate world around you better, but it needed to, like, there needed to...
It needed focus. Yeah,
it really needs to focus in on that. Like, there needs to be some sort of, like, there needs to be a struggle. You can't just, like, keep, like, expanding on your world like it's fan fiction.
Yeah,
now, by the way, I would totally write fan fiction about this world, but with, like someone who...
Fern Gully crossover.
No. I'm thinking... That'd be amazing.
This needed a Tim Curry fucking voiced Saint Sonny pollution villain in there.
No, but I mean, like, there could be a total another story about, like, little person and normal sized person pay wage gap.
Yeah, you could actually make that commentary. Yeah, like, you could...
No, I mean, but there could have been something like that. It's like, well, not only am I small, but I literally make $3 an hour because that translates out to, like, 50.
See, now I'm just imagining, like, through that stupid little net they have, just imagine Tim Curry from Fern Gully just seeping in going, toxic love!
Oh my god. Or like what he could have done is like he could have seen that like instead of this whole like almost joining a cult bitch thing, he could have like been like, okay, well, how do I use the resources I have and actually become a doctor? Stop bitching about almost becoming a doctor and become a doctor.
Yeah, you'd think.
Go to Leisureland Community College, okay? They probably got a dean who's just as crazy.
That'd be interesting.
That would have been that. Yeah,
there's a spin-off for you.
Yeah, there's some fan fiction.
Downsizing community.
Community downsized.
Oh my god.
By Dan Harmon.
Let's call Dan Harmon now. Getting the band back together, guys. Oh my god. Mix that with Tim Curry.
Yeah, but yeah, so
you've heard that song from Ferngully, right?
It's been so long. If you sang it to me after this recording, I would be more. Yeah. But it's just really a focus issue for me and a pacing issue.
And again, it's like I want to get into the characters, but it's hard when it's constantly trying to preach me at the same time. And it's like I
was actually more fascinated with the interaction between his crazy German neighbor.
Oh yeah, Christoph Waltz, who's amazing in this movie.
He had the best creepy smile.
He is having so much fun because he really doesn't have to do all that much. He can just be just a drinking, partying asshole, and that's all he had to do. That's all he had to do for the role. This wasn't like Inglourious Bastards, even though you totally had a lot of fun in that one too.
Yeah,
but where he like had to be like conniving villain Nazi
man.
This is just I'm just your asshole fucking neighbor. Come on, have a drink.
All right, so I know I have a 4-story apartment above your shit apartment, and I have the music on too loud.
Was that apartment really shit though? Like, I would move into that apartment. That was actually seemed pretty nice.
In comparison?
Yeah.
Did you see his place? He had a dance floor and a fucking like whale in it, or like a hologram of a whale. I don't know. It's miniaturized, so it's probably easier to make.
I don't know. I'm just thinking like, I'd actually kill for that apartment. It's like the smaller one. Like,
oh yeah, Matt Damon's apartment. Yeah, Matt Damon's apartment was pretty good. He got, he should have taken the first divorce settlement apparently.
Yeah.
Like,
cleaned his ass out.
That wife though,
bitch.
Fuck her. Because if Matt Damon just took, because they apparently walked into Leisureland ready with 152K,
which is about 12.4 million.
Yeah, 12 million. All you had to do was just be like, well, I'll take because assuming she still needs 100K. If he took 50 million, 2/3 or
50,000, you mean?
Yeah, 50,000. 50,000, 1/3 of, it's still $4 million.
Give or take, yeah, that would be fine.
That would have been fine.
No, apparently he left with $100 in change, apparently.
Hey, $100 in change is 2 months of food bills, according to Neil Patrick Harris, who was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I'm doing I feel like everyone else is really gullible in this world.
I think when you're the people who are selling you on joining Leisureland or whatever, they must be fucking genius salespeople.
Really? Because I can see, maybe just because, I could see the acting here. I just spent a few... It's it reminds me of those tours at Disneyland.
Oh, no. Neil Patrick Harris and the wife? No, that was fucking cheesy as fuck. Well, I'm talking about, when Matt Damon and his...
Oh, Jason Sudeikis.
When they're talking to the black lady.
Oh, yeah,
about their assets and everything. And then she's like, yeah, you guys could live pretty fun. If that was me and I magically had 150K and I had that ability to translate to $12 million, I'd be like, yeah, let's fucking go. I don't need... I will, whatever.
Be a reason for me to start saving.
Yeah, Jesus.
It's I got 2,000. What can I get out of that? Apartment for 7 months? Sold!
Fuck, dude, you could live in the ghetto area for ever. You can combine 2 ghetto apartments, knock down the wall, and then have a semi okay ghetto apartment.
I just feel like it'd be the first downsizing comedian, stand-up comedian. Yeah, everybody needs someone to talk about their dick on stage. I'm sure I could do that. Make a decent wage. Open up a Chuckle Hut. I don't know. you do it's like
I'm trying to think, like, what measurements would they use for dick size that when you shrink a person down to, like, what was it, like 8
centimeters,
8 centimeters?
Yeah.
So do you use meters? Not liters.
Not liters. Just glug, glug, glug. Depends on how much you're measuring, baby.
Well, maybe milliliters would be equivalent to blood.
Or semen.
Oh.
You and I took that in very different directions, clearly. But no, I mean, that'd be a setup for a joke right there.
Yeah, but anyway, so
never before have I ever met a woman so excited for a 1-inch penis. See, the jokes write themselves.
Oh, it's because
I just gave that just now. It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, no, like you would make a killing at like $50 a gig, which translates.
Hey, this economy, I'd be doing pretty good.
No, at $50 a gig translated would be like, I don't know.
I'm sure they need
50,000.
I'm sure they need people dress up as Spider-Man for their kids on weekends.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd make a killing downsizing. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Doing my rates? Yeah.
Dude, are you kidding? And then it never happened, but I just wanted once, like, a bird to, like, come up to the leash. Like, at least try, right? Like, just be like, oh, well, okay, I can't. Or like maybe there's like a guy, like, above, like, a normal-sized guy above Leisureland who has, like, a super soaker and be like, shh, go apes.
It's like there was a joke I made. I leaned into you because so
yeah, it's something about Smurfs.
For a quick summary of the film.
Oh yeah, we gotta get to that instead of making jokes about the film.
I mean, that happens sometimes too. Maybe if you see the trailer, you got to know basics of it. Is Matt Damon plays a guy who wants to live in leisure, so he do this thing called downsizing, which is meant to save the environment by basically using a lot of its resources. Which, okay, fine, that's good for you. And he does that, but his wife, like, bails on him in the very last second, literally the last second.
Literally before they could shave the other eyebrow.
Yeah, and she bails in, like, I need to think more about myself. And it's like, you've been thinking about yourself this entire time, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
That's the kind of thing you say, like, before he walks into the procedure room.
I know, yeah, but... Anyway, so that happens, and then he basically loses all his money in the divorce, and then he ends up living in his full fine apartment. And while he's up there, he has
He doesn't have a fucking dance room.
It's still an apartment I would kill for.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And especially like, yeah, I would kill for that kind of apartment. Are you kidding? That's really nice. But anyway, his upstairs neighbor has this huge penthouse suite, played by Christoph Waltz, who apparently is this like. What would you call him? Smuggler?
Euro trash smuggler, man.
Yeah. European Han Solo, but not cool.
I would say European entrepreneur.
Well, that's the legal term. But anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, so
he goes up there one day to party with them, and then he basically has a huge party scene as he passes out, and the next day he runs this clean group. One of them is a Vietnamese woman who apparently
was downsized against her will because that's the other part about it. This kind of
the shady
procedure is that governments that are shady can just be like, well, we'll just downsize you.
Yeah, pretty much.
What are you gonna do about it? You're not even normal sized.
Yeah. And then they take him to, and then, thank you. And then she ends up there, and then he recognizes her. He also happened to be an occupational therapist, and she lost her leg of the knee, so he starts helping her out, and they get a connection, and then she just kind of starts bossing him around.
I mean, he broke her prosthetic.
Not right away, though.
Well,
his first reaction is like, you come with me, you come help. Yep.
Initially, it was, help me comfort this woman with cancer. And then followed by, you broke my foot. Yeah. And then it became, well, now I own you, bitch.
Yeah. And to give credit where credit's due, The Vietnamese actor is amazing.
Yeah.
She's fantastic in this film.
I hate the audience for laughing at her accent.
Yeah, that bugged the shit out of me too.
See,
Like,
that's the social commentary we'll put in this video.
then that was bugging me too, and I don't know if that was like intentional to film or not, because I was like, are we supposed to laugh at it? The fact that she has a funny voice,
It's sad because I actually just know plenty of people who just, are fresh off the boat and can't pick up on the nuances of the English language.
Is that an authentic Vietnamese accent?
That's just go to the pho place.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
I'm Chinese, dude.
Well, clearly you know because you've been to the pho place.
But my point is there are plenty of people who talk like that.
I believe.
Why are you laughing, fucking audience? Fuck you.
No, I agree.
I didn't laugh at your girls' trip movie.
Well, we were supposed to laugh, to be fair.
For a different reason. Mostly grossed out. Anyway, let's not bring that up.
That's a whole other thing.
I saw a lot more dick than I expected to.
Yeah, there's a lot of dick in this movie.
To be fair, it's part of a scientific procedure.
And not in a fun way. But, I mean, we see tits all the time in movies, so I think it's only fair that the other half get fair.
We got to see, like, a outline of Matt Damon's dick.
Like Dick and Bush, we get a little Dick and Bush.
No, they shaved the bush.
That's right. Well, like initially, this on like full bush on display in the slideshow that he shows show off his amazing medical procedure. Okay, fair enough. But anyway, so
wait, I have a question though.
Okay.
The very beginning of the movie is he tests this formula on a lab rat, and they later reveal in the movie that if you don't pull out the teeth and put in new prosthetic teeth, the teeth stay the same. And was there
no, it was like only for like fillings and like metal and stuff in there.
Oh, wait. No, I thought the whole teeth had to be. Oh, no, that's right. Dental records. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. I was expecting, like, he looks in on his lab rat, and there's just, like, a tiny little rat, but, like, normal-sized rat teeth. And it's like, this is how I know it worked. I have to dispose of another rat body, but this is cool.
Yeah, because you see in the movie, they only take out, like, the fillings and stuff like that.
Okay, I couldn't tell if those were fillings. I thought those were all teeth.
Well, I mean, kind of, but just like
yeah,
fake teeth or like fillings and stuff like that.
Yeah,
anything that like apparently like just does not agree with metal. So that's why that's why they make that joke later on where it's like they didn't take the gold out of his teeth, so it said blew up.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah, quite a bit. But anyway, so yeah. So long story short,
I wanted a dead rat.
What's wrong with you?
It's funny.
Leave Ratatouille alone, or Remy.
That's the dish, you moron. Anyway.
In Ratatouille, the movie.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, it was the most recognizable, like, animal rat. Like, if I said Remy, you wouldn't know what I was talking about.
I know Remy. I love Ratatouille. Never mind. We'll talk about this later. I'm mad at you.
That's what you get mad about? Bitch, I own you.
You're not my controlling new Vietnamese wife.
That actress is still amazing. If this movie got any recognition at all come awards season, which it probably won't for a lot of reasons, but like I would want her to get recognized for Best Supporting Actress because I think she was that fucking good.
Yeah, she basically
she does pretty much carry the second half of this movie.
She basically just carries the story.
Yeah.
Like, she is the conflict.
Pretty much. And she's amazing. She's fantastic. Like, yeah. I want to see her do other things. I don't know if she's been. I have to look it up.
She's probably been in Vietnamese movies. I don't know.
I'm going to
look it up later.
Yeah, look it up later. But anyway, so he basically ends up shanghaied into this, poor choice of words. He basically ends up working for this cleaning company that the Vietnamese woman works at.
Well, because she fucked up her foot.
Yeah, he fucked up her foot. Yeah, but so he
got all white knight, and then he fails his repair check.
Yeah. he rolled a 1.
He rolled like a 3. If it was a 1, he would have got killed.
Point taken.
Yeah. But He
But he eventually ends up at Christoph Waltz's place, who just sees him and just starts laughing.
well, basically, Christoph Waltz's character was trying to get him out of helping him. That's the implication that I got, right?
Yeah, like
Like they were making up an excuse, like, oh yeah, he has to go to Norway, but she's also like a news famous Vietnamese prisoner escape woman that from a TV box or something, and she's like, oh, I was invited to Norway a long time ago. Let's go to Norway.
like, great.
Fuck, now we actually had to go to Norway.
Well, like she has this very emotional speech, in which case, which is a really good speech, and they all look at each other like, fuck. Now we have to take her.
Yeah, now we have to go to Norway.
It looks like she's basically just done a bunch of TV shows.
All right.
Probably as like the stereotypical Vietnamese woman. She wasn't in Hair Advice though. I don't remember where she was though.
Anyway, so anyway, they eventually meet up with the OG scientist guy, and it's like, yeah, do you guys remember the news report of the methane gas escaping from the Antarctic? Well, here's another mass extinction number 6.
And like this is where I was like, I was like, okay, I'm still legitimately getting invested in like Matt Damon and her, like other like girls like their relationship.
Yeah, why they bring that back? Like, why not just like have the thing where they're like, oh yeah, we're actually pretty happy being small, and like, you know.
But like when I was just starting to get invested in that relationship, and like I was like, okay, this is where like the character stuff comes in. It's where I'm gonna invest more in the characters, where it's all about them and like their journey and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden it just turns into, oh, the environment. Look at the birds. This is insane.
Oh. Can you see? I don't know how that song goes.
Did you just try to sing partly Pocahontas to me?
Yeah, I don't actually remember do you remember the colors of the wind?
You clearly don't remember the fucking song.
I know the melody.
But what was that musical joke that I was playing? You started laughing your ass off at?
So while Matt Damon is entering his new house, it's a famous opera song about being with the one you love.
Because like there's some part where the songs are playing and you start laughing hysterically, and I'm like, what the hell am I missing?
It's a Rossini song. Or I think it's Rossini. It's probably Rossini. If it's not, I would be surprised. But it's an opera song, and it's about the enjoyment of being like starting a new life with your lover.
Okay, I see. That's funny. That's a nice little joke to put in there.
Yeah, I love musical jokes.
I know that was the most fascinating part of the review and Brad status, in my opinion. But anyway, so yeah. They end up in Norway, and they basically led to this little Norwegian village, where everything they're basically like straight into a Fallout 4 style vault.
No, it's like the prequel. It's like reverse Kimmy Schmidt. Now we can actually talk about this.
So we can.
So this time the apocalypse is for real, and they're going into a bunker in below the earth to escape the dangers of methane death gas in the atmosphere for 8,000 years.
Which I was just thinking, you were thinking Kimmy Schmidt. Well, I was thinking Kimmy Schmidt a little bit too. My first thought was like this traveling salesman in Fallout 4, where it's like, hello, sir. Have you signed up for our new vault tech?
I was totally thinking of Fallout 2 at some point. Like, and then they even in the ghetto, they had like the soda caps. The bottle caps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were writing in bottle caps as slides, but they could totally just use them as like oversized currency.
I feel like that'd be cumbersome in the long term.
Yeah, but so is an 11-hour hike.
Well, apparently too much for Matt Damon to fucking do.
Yeah, okay. Hang on. We finally got to this point. Okay, this is the
I was gonna talk about my Smurfs jokes first.
No, I'm
okay, fine,
I'm putting
ahead.
it out here. This is the actual only part of the movie that genuinely pissed me off. Basically, he gives this grandiose speech about how he needs to find his purpose by traveling with to the occult into a vault. I got it.
Okay.
So that he can be the continuation of mankind. And then the reason that he gives up on it and goes back with Vietnamese boss wife is because he goes in, asks the first person, it's like, yeah, how long is this walk to this fall? It's like, oh yeah, it's 11 hours. And all he brought was a fucking suitcase and no water. And he's like, well, fuck it. Like, way to give up on your fucking principles, you fucking hypocrite. Okay, there we go. That was it.
You good?
I feel better.
Okay, I'm glad you feel better.
Fuck you.
No judgment, I've done it. Just go watch the Carrie review from a few years ago.
Oh, the remake?
The remake.
I saw like the last 10 minutes of that on TV. I'm like, this looks
Fuck
like...
that movie.
This looks...
Fuck that movie.
Well, basically all I learned is that high school kids are still shit.
That movie fucking sucked. But anyway.
Anywho.
So, yeah. They come into this little tiny village where like grass is overgrowing on the hood, like the roofs and all that stuff, and these little tiny ponies that I guess they shrunk down to. And eventually, and it was a little farmland, and everyone comes gather around, and I lean over to you and I'm like, this is not what I thought the Smurfs reboot was going to be like.
Okay, that's actually funny.
Because, like, just think of it, the big, sweet, like, Norwegian professor is just Papa Smurf. Everyone's come home to greet Papa Smurf. And as I, like, look over Christoph Wald, he's Hedonism Smurf.
Oh.
The girl that comes up is just Smurfette, just a lot older.
Hey, you know what? She's aged wonderfully. Considering that franchise is like, what, 40 years, 50 years old now?
Oh, God, yeah, it would have been great if Christoph Waltz is actually Gargamel. He's just like the bigger version. And he comes over and like, I've come to get the Norwegians. I don't know.
No, I don't know why, but I also just see like Patton Oswalt just doing the same role.
Or, like, that'd be great. Patton Oswalt showed up out of fucking note. Tim Curry as Smog Monster. We've come full circle. I would like the Smurfs.
Norwegian blood for my bread.
I thought you wanted to eat the Norwegians. And now to turn them into gold. Yes.
So, yeah.
Ben Affleck is the cat.
Oh my god.
Patton Oswalt's like, we must capture the Norwegians. Ben Affleck in the corner going, meh, meh.
Okay.
Amazing.
We made the movie like 3 times better already.
I'd want this to happen so badly.
Alternative movie version.
Alternate ending of Downsizing. Patton Oswalt shows out of nowhere with a giant net.
He's got like the dinner bib on too.
I must find the Norwegian village. Those sneaky Norwegians that keep it so secret from me.
I must get my hand on that Norwegian blood.
I must get a hold of the Norwegian berries. It's great if just like if not Patton Oswalt, Neil Patrick Harris showed up there and goes like, oh, Norwegian this, I'm out of here. We're up Norwegian Creek without a paddle.
And then like halfway through this little parody is like some guy with like a cease and desist. It's like, you're totally ripping off Smurfs. Stop it.
Well, a Norwegian, me, that sucks.
No, for real, stop.
You got a Norwegian out, man.
Anyways, so
man, I can't. I mean, like, it's just there's some good stuff about it, but overall, it's really preachy and just bleh.
There's some like good cheap laughs, and then there's like the basically we get it, the environment. I mean, I drive a Prius. Shut the fuck up. If you really care to drive a Tesla, I can't afford a Tesla.
So donate to our Patreon at patreon.com/MichaelTheComicCard. Anyway, yeah. So
trailers, I guess.
Yeah.
Stick to your principles. That's my
Invest in Norwegian Smurfs.
sign a prenup before you downsize. Apparently.
So yeah, first one we got was for Phantom Thread, which is that one's pure Oscar bation.
What was the Phantom Thread?
That was one with Daniel Day-Lewis as like the tailor.
Oh, okay. I didn't get that. I thought that was like a weird version, a weird older time version of like 50 Shades.
Probably better. Probably more erotic, honestly.
Copernica, you shall wear this dress.
Copernica, I want you to show your ankles. Now show me your elbows.
Now lift it up. I need to see your calves.
Oh, baby.
See, that'd be actually more freaky than.
No, it's Daniel Day-Lewis's last for film role because he's retiring after this one, and it's a Paul W. Anderson film.
Okay.
So it's got Oscar bation written all over it. I love Daniel Day-Lewis, so I'm still gonna see it. Look at my acting.
No, the one with Tom Hanks and what was it, Meryl Streep? That was Oscar bation to me.
Oh, the post is also hardcore masturbation.
Is that the next one?
No, that's on the way down. But yeah, the post it looks like probably a fairly good movie. But yeah, it's like Meryl Streep. Oh,
Tom Hanks.
It's more like Meryl Streep. Oh, Tom Hanks. Oh, it's directed by Steven Spielberg. Oh, all right, good night. That'll get us flagged. So then we got Winchester.
The horror movie that got me with stupid jump scares. I fucking hate jump scares. It's why I don't play Five Nights at Freddy's. It's dumb.
Yeah. I think Muha told us like the actual story, like the real story why Manchester the way it is, and it's like way more interesting. So it's like, why can't you just make that fucking movie?
Well, that's why it's based on true story.
Inspired by. That's a way of saying we're just gonna bullshit our way around this.
Yeah. So I actually I've never been to the Winchester house.
I have a coupon for it, but I've never been.
Why? Oh, great! It's a house.
Yeah.
It's a 7-story house that's really confusing.
It's got appeal. I can see it. Then we got Cock Blockers. That's the name of the movie.
I know. That movie looked really bad.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, I basically got the plot of it. Is basically this double standard of how we don't want our daughters to have sex.
Ever. Because they're precious creatures.
No!
But yeah, it's just like John Cena and whoever that really is obnoxious guy is, who I always see in terrible comedies.
Oh, the guy that plays Morgan in Mindy Project.
Is that who? I've never seen Mindy Project, but
well, he plays. Never mind. I'm not proud to say that I've seen that show.
I mean, I like that actress.
Minnie.
Not Minnie Driver. I'm talking about the one who was in that Cock Blockers trailer.
Oh, I don't know who that actress is.
She was in in Knocked Up and all those Judd Apatow movies.
Really?
Yeah, but I know she's I've seen her in other stuff. She's a pretty good actress. Yeah, that movie looks dumb.
It looks dumb, and it just continues to hold this archaic idea that girls should never have sex ever. And then at age 25, you're supposed to start wondering when your daughter's gonna settle down and get married and have kids. It's just
shouldn't you be at home making babies?
You last year. Last year told me never have sex. I'm 25 now. I'm withering.
Your eggs only half so long, sweetie.
This is a conversation that I've had with some of my girlfriends when they have to listen to their moms nowadays.
Oh Lord.
Okay, whatever.
Either way, it looks dumb.
It looks really dumb. What's the next one?
Like John Cena butt chugging beer. Yeah, I need to see that. Then we got Alpha. That movie looks kind of dumb too.
Oh, you mean the dog movie?
Yeah, the dog movie.
The one that's oh, puppy.
But like, oh, a wolf that can maul you in 3 seconds. Jesus.
But decides not to because you picked the Omega.
You're there, he's like, I don't know, I do like the look of like this pissed off wolf face whenever he's like drinking the water. Just like, I'm like, yeah, I'll fucking drink it, but I'm still gonna fucking murder you when I'm done.
I need this water, but fuck you.
And so that was Alpha. That one looks dumb. And then we got the Oscar bait movie, The Post.
The actual Oscar, yeah, just Oscars everywhere.
And then we got 12 Strong.
Which one?
That was the war movie with...
Oh, the actual 9/11 movie?
Yeah, the one that I was like joking around. Like I joked before. It's like, so we have Thor, we have General Zod, and we have that guy from Ant-Man. What if he drives the van?
No, but they're on horses.
He drives the van into battle. That's his own horse.
No, it's got a horse painted on the side. All right.
Lost my eye, lost my hammer, but I got the van.
Yeah.
Spoilers for Thor Ragnarok. Then we got A Quiet Place. That one looks interesting.
Oh, it's like Tremors, but with sound.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, wait, there was a joke I said during that trailer that I really liked. Damn it, Monopoly. Even in a movie, you've ruined everything.
I still want a Monopoly movie one day, because I can imagine just being like a hardcore like movie about rent control.
We're not gonna pay.
Yeah, make it like Rent.
We're not gonna pay. And then there's the guy in the top hat. He's like, "Stop it, you hippies!"
That's more like the railroad man decided he won more than just the railroad.
Go to jail.
That's like turning out like like a mafia movie. Just that one day you're like, oh, you're on my turf now, man. 12th Boulevard. You gotta pay the toll. But I'm just passing through. Everyone pays the toll.
Wait, why can't I sleep in my car at the boardwalk? There's plenty of parking.
Well, I'm afraid you have to go to jail there, mister. Take your fucking thumbnail and get out. Or thimble.
I always played the hat.
That's the villain. The villain is the Monopoly guy. To get a real dark twist.
Yeah.
Gets a lawyer. That's his get out of jail free card.
Was that the last trailer?
No, we got that one and Annihilation.
Oh,
that's
the one with like the dumb techno theme.
I mean, like, the concept looks interesting enough. I just think it has one glaring flaw. It's like you walked in there with no gas masks or, like, facial protection of any kind.
Well, okay, my problem is that, like,
I mean, I really liked Ex Machina. Ex Machina was really good.
I don't know. Actually, I don't have a strong opinion of that movie. It just doesn't look that interesting to me.
It could be. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. But I really hate that theme. I think that's the thing that bothers me.
Why is that?
It just sounds weird. No, it's there's a way to explain it. It's like smashing a sine wave. It's just like smashing a sine wave into my face, and it's not like good.
What about cosine? Would cosine be okay?
No, like an actual sine wave. Never mind.
Do you know what a cosine is?
I do know what a cosine is.
Okay, I was making a mathematical joke. And you ruined it.
Anyway.
I think we need to take a tangent.
I will triangle wave into your face.
My joke was better.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I'm just not excited for that movie. Like, The Quiet Place looked more interesting.
Yeah.
And I would actually laugh if it was just the tremor worms, but now they're just sound.
Yes.
And then
The whole thing's secretly a Tremors reboot.
And then Kevin Bacon shows back up with his like, or you know, you saw the original Tremors movie, right?
Seen parts of it.
Oh, okay. You saw the end?
Yeah, the part where the worm falls off the cliff.
No, I'm talking about the husband and the wife team that had the basement with only guns.
I had not seen that part. No.
Okay. whatever. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I can't say that this movie was bad. It was just preachy.
Yeah.
And I wanted conflict sooner, and it felt like it dragged on for me. That's it.
No, I'd agree with that. So I think we still got a shit ton of movies to go see. It's like Pitch Perfect 3, Jumanji, Ferdinand. I don't know, we might skip them because it apparently has like 2 showtimes already. So, yeah, people gave that less of a shit about Ferdinand.
Apparently Jumanji is good.
Well, I'm just... apparently it's fucking packed.
Did you see the line?
Yeah, I know. I was like, Jesus.
Why do people want to watch this anyway?
I don't know. People like Jack Black and Kevin Hart for some reason. I don't know why either.
Maybe they're there for The Rock. I mean, that makes sense.
No, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
So, no, we'll see that one. The Darkest Hour, I still gotta go see. I think I already said Pitch Perfect 3.
I'm not going to watch that.
Oh, you don't want to see that one?
I really don't want to
It's
watch
okay, Sarah always wants to do it, so I'm not gonna make you do it. And I'm sure there's something else I'm forgetting. There's like so many movies out right now. I'm gonna try to catch as many as I possibly can.
Neeson season.
That's
That's the Commuter. That's coming
next
out
month. Yeah. That's a January movie. That's next season. That's next season of this show. And then
Yeah, that's it.
that's it.
Cool.
So, thank you guys for watching. See you later. Toxic love.